Hello and welcome to another episode of Satoshi's 365 Days of Bitcoin History. Today's day is Monday, the 20th of November 2023, the year of BSV. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's find out what happened today in Bitcoin history. Well, on the 20th of November 2013, Bloomberg actually published this article asking, Bitcoin is still doomed. Really? Well, I haven't got access to the paywall, unfortunately, but we can see what they've slightly written here. So the subtitle was, Congress got to hear a lot of nice things about Bitcoin for regulators this week. If you think that's good news for Bitcoin, you're missing the point. And this was an article by Timothy Lavin. And he said, Congress got to hear a lot of nice things about Bitcoin from regulators this week. The cryptocurrency's market price has also touched record highs. If you think either development is good news for Bitcoin, you're missing the point. In Senate hearings, Monday and Tuesday, an all-star roster of conscientious public servants from the Treasury Department, Justice Department, Secret Service, Federal Reserve, Department of Homeland Securities, Securities and Exchange Commission, and so on, all offered very respectful remarks about the virtual currencies. Can't really see the rest of it. But anyway, so kind of interesting. So that was 20th of November 2013. And on that same day, this happened. Everybody was getting in a flap about this on Twitter. I can't believe I wasn't even in Bitcoin when all this was going on. Like, what the hell? God, so much I missed out on. But mind you, if I'd got into it this early, I'd probably still be confused about it. Whereas now, well, we know exactly what has gone on. But this is quite interesting. So the title of this article is here, Bitcoin whale breaks 8-year-long silence with $30 million worth of BTC transferred. So let's read this and see what it says. After an 8-year dormancy, a Bitcoin BTC whale unexpectedly moved $30 million worth of BTC on November the 20th, 2013. That exact address received 1,000 BTC worth $567,000 at the time, Blockchain reported. The Bitcoin remained dormant in one wallet until it was moved as part of a much larger block that sent nearly 2,100 BTC to two other addresses. One address received 2,000 Bitcoins, while the second collected over 99.99 Bitcoins. Bitcoin movements in dormant wallets, 1,000 BTC worth $30 million. That's more than 53 times the original price from 2013, when Bitcoin was nearly $567. The transaction only cost 0.0016 BTC in fees. It'll cost a lot more than that in today's fees, which is about $47.15 at the time it was executed. During the last 8 years, the inactive whale wallet received trace amounts of Bitcoin 23 times, and it appears that those amounts were for dusting attacks. What are dusting attacks? These involve hackers and scammers sending malicious amounts of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies to break wallet privacy. And it continues here. Blockchain also identified another wallet that had remained dormant since 2012 and finally transferred 500 BTC on Thursday. The first deposit of 1 Bitcoin was made back on 5th of April 2012. The wallet then added another 499 BTC on June 3rd of the same year. The Bitcoin price at that time was only $5.25 per coin. However, throughout that period, the wallet received modest sums of BTC, which appeared to be dust transactions used by scammers to carry out dusting attacks. Remarks and contributions of Satoshi Nakamoto. The creator of Bitcoin has been silent for years, but people still think they know who it is. A result transaction from long dormant wallet typically drum up media interest because they generate chatter speculating that BTC could be owned by Bitcoin's secretive creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. Nakamoto launched the Genesis block on January 3rd, 2009. Since then, it has succeeded in mining almost 1 million BTC, according to the assessment of blockchain analysts. Satoshi confirmed his appearance on the internet on December 2010 when the Bitcoin's network client software version 0.319 and now Bitcoin's version is 22.0. Oof, that's not right at all. Bitcoin should still be on version 0.1, set in stone. Bitcoin has been showing a high volatility of movements during the last few months. It was at the price of $36,000 before a week and declined to 25,401 last Thursday. Bitcoin is currently recovering from a market-wide dip. As of the time of writing, it's increased in value by 13.5% from this year's low and trading at 29,353. Okay, so that's like talking. So that was written 2 years ago, but the actual movement of that $30 million actually happened back in 2013. So yeah, I mean, this is outrageous. It just goes to show you what has happened. Absolutely outrageous. Now we're on version 22.0. Dear oh dear. And it says in December 2010, when Bitcoin's network client software version was 0.319, dear oh dear, they're still being tampering around with it. The genuine Bitcoin is on version 0.1. because that's the only way you can commoditize data. So it just goes to show you that Satoshi Nakamoto was literally just sitting back and had to watch all this lot F up his creation while it was going on, while it was going through that period of neutral sizing growth. It just simply had to be done. But so we can compare that to what happened on the 20th of November 2014. This is fascinating. So it says here, on Thursday, November 20th, 2014, over 30 MPs took part in a debate in the House of Commons on money creation and society. The topic was fully debated for the first time in 170 years since the Bank Charter Act in 1844, and Bitcoin and crypto were discussed. How cool is that? Right, so we've got a clip here and we'll just play it.
The problem is basically that government wants to spend too much money. It's always been the same throughout history. Governments used to want to fund wars. Now, for all good, moral, decent humanitarian reasons, we want to fund health, welfare and education well beyond what the public will pay in taxes. After 15 years of studying these matters and now having made it to the Treasury Committee, I'm ever more convinced that there is no way to change the present monetary order until the ideas behind it have been tested to destruction. And I do mean tested to destruction, and it's an extremely serious issue. But it will not change until it becomes apparent that the ideas behind the system are not tenable. We should welcome the Chancellor's recent interest in cryptocurrencies and making London a real centre of financial innovation. Imperfect and possibly doomed as it may be, Bitcoin shows us that peer-to-peer, non-state money is practical and effective. I've used it to buy an accessory for a camera, perfectly ordinary, legal product. It was easier to use than a credit card, and it showed me the price in pounds or any other currency I like. It is becoming possible for people to move away from state money. So what I would like to see is every obstacle to the creation of alternative currencies within the ordinary commercial law removed. We should expand the range of commodities and instruments related to those commodities which are treated like money, like gold, so exempt VAT and capital gains tax, and it should be possible to pay tax in those new monies. And we must not fall into the trap that the United States has fallen into of obstructing innovation. Finally, Mr. Speaker, we are in the midst of an unprecedented global experiment in monetary policy and debt. It is likely, as Philip Coggan set out, that this will result in a new global monetary order. Whether it will be for good or ill, I do not know. But as technology and debt advance, I am sure we should be ready for a transformation. Society has suffered too much already under the present monetary orthodoxy. Free enterprise should now be allowed to change it.
Check it out, how times have changed, where Bitcoin is literally absolutely, utterly effing useless right now. Well, I say Bitcoin, what I mean is BTC, because now we know what really went on. Anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll leave it there, and as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.